right. So yeah, I'm looking forward to learning a little bit about, what you do and who you serve. You're a nonprofit organization, if I'm not mistaken, right?
We're nonprofit adjacent, so we work exclusively in the nonprofit world, but we are not nonprofits ourselves. Yeah. So Benevolist, our workflow is such that we are affiliates of the merchant partners, and so we actually make a earn a small commission when items are purchased and donated through Benevolist to the nonprofits, and that's what funds the operation of the website.
I got to check this out. Is that here, let me benevolist.com.
So our merchant partners are Target, Amazon, Walmart, and the Home Depot.
That's awesome. Yeah, I didn't have a chance to go on your site before our call. Um, no, this is cool. Yeah, so can you explain how that like works a little bit, I guess, like it's just in general. So I'm seeing here it simplifies and speeds up the nonprofit item donation process and
Yeah, so
helps
essentially there's two workflows. There's the workflow for the nonprofits, and then there's the workflow for the donors themselves.
okay.
And it's completely free to use on both sides. There's no fees that are tacked on, there's no subscription costs. All the, like I said, the way that we fund the operation of the website is through the affiliate relationships that we have with the merchant partners. So that was very important to me when I created this. I didn't want there to be any costs associated with it for the nonprofits or for the donors who were generous enough to donate items for the causes that they cared about. So the way it works is a nonprofit will go on and set up an account, a free account, and then they then have access to a dashboard where they can manage their drives and they can have as many drives as they like. And the drives are, um, you know, if they want to have them be specific for a particular occasion, if they want to have them specific for a holiday, if they want to have them specific for a cause. Disaster recovery is a big area for us. So we do a lot with the disaster recovery area. So obviously when there's a disaster, that's when you see drives from relief organizations. Um, let's see.
Okay.
Now you'll get an email to validate it.
Okay. Yeah, I'll drag that out. Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to I want to check this. Sounds pretty cool. So are these so for nonprofit, I'm just struggling to understand how that works. So you got the nonprofits and you got donors, and these
Mhm.
donors are making in-kind contributions of okay, not
Yeah, so they're
financial.
invited oftentimes by the nonprofit through a link.
Okay.
Social media, email, newsletters, whatever they normally would do to push out or promote a virtual drive. And the virtual drive could be basically, it could be augmenting a live drive too. So they might just want to have a virtual aspect for people who either cannot or will not participate in person. So you can have them going in conjunction with a live drive, or you can just do a virtual drive. It's totally up to you.
Oh, that's awesome.
Mhm.
So if I was to, let's say, do this as a nonprofit organization, and I had somebody, I was working with somebody, and they're like, we can donate supplies, like tents or something. Just let me example. How would that work with you? So would they, yeah, could you, I guess, explain that? I don't even know what question to
So
ask.
I ask the question again. I want to make sure I answer it properly.
Yeah. So if somebody we're working with wanted to donate tents and blankets to our nonprofit organization,
Well, you
and
could go on and say, tents and blankets you could get from Amazon, you can get from Walmart, you can get from Target, you might even be able to get from Home Depot. So the beauty of our website is you're not limited to just one merchant's items for your list. You can add items from all four merchants on one list if you wanted to.
oh,
So if you use like Amazon wish list, you're only going to be putting Amazon items on there. You couldn't put items from Walmart or Home Depot or Target on your list. But with our tool, you can put items from all four of those merchants on a single list if you wanted to, or you could just use one merchant. I mean, it's again, it's extremely flexible. It's exactly however the nonprofit wants to set up their drive.
Okay.
And so then
Um,
it would create a link when you create the drive. If you go one step further with activating your account, I can show you just right here on the screen
oh,
what you're
yep.
sharing.
Sorry, can you see
Yeah.
can you see me logging in now?
Yep.
Okay.
All right. So you would go for you would just go to create a new drive
Create a new
right there on the
drive.
top right,
Oh,
up
yep.
higher. Yep, right there. Create a new drive. And right now you're in your dashboard. So if you had drives already, you would see them there. And
Okay.
then this is where you would start actually creating your drive, get the name, the details. You'll need an extension, the Benevolist Chrome extension that you would download. That takes about 2 seconds. And then you would add the items from the merchant's website. So you would go to Amazon.com or you would go to Walmart.com. You would find the item that you wanted to add to your list, and you would just click on the Chrome extension button, the Benevolist button in your toolbar, and it would ask you which list you wanted to add the item to, and then you just simply click which list on the drop-down menu. If you have multiple drives, you could pick which one you wanted to add the item to, and it would automatically load into your drive. And then once your drive is completed, you can rearrange the items in any order that you want them in, kind of like a PowerPoint slide. When you can go in and kind of rearrange your PowerPoint slides, we
Yep.
have a very similar tool where you can rearrange your items in your list so that you could have less expensive ones in the front or all the, Target items in the front first and then the Walmart items or, whatever order that you wanted them in. And then
Okay.
it'll create a link, and the link is what you send out. But here's where you can add a logo, you can add a video link so that people can learn more about um, your organization, and you can describe to them why you're collecting these items, why it's important. And then you also put where you want them to be delivered to, because they will ship directly to the location that you designate. It's like them giving you a gift. It's just like a wedding registry for nonprofits, basically. If you've ever used a myregistry.com or a babylist.com, it's just like that workflow, only it's for donated items for nonprofits.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mind if I do this with you right on the phone?
No, no, this is great.
Yeah, this would be so cool. I think I honestly, based on what you're saying, sounds really like something that I could use, and some of our partners as well. So the drive image
That
is
could
this
be a logo or a photograph.
okay, hold on. Blankets. I'll just get a blanket real quick.
Where are you located?
I'm in Kissimmee,
Oh,
Florida.
okay.
What about you?
I'm in Raleigh.
North Carolina?
Yep.
Oh yeah, we drive by there once a month, right off 95. Actually, we stop in Raleigh sometimes too. We have one of the folks I work with lives there.
Oh,
Yeah, we make trips to New Hampshire every month. Uh, okay. Oh, no copy and paste. Shucks.
no, you would have to download it.
Okay, let me
Or
just.
if you just have a logo or something on your computer screen.
Yeah. Okay. There we go. Choose file.
There you
Videos
go.
are a powerful way to tell your story.
Yes, so if you
Okay.
have a video, like a YouTube video, you can put a
Okay.
link there. And then this
Okay.
is where, yep, you put your info. And the way that we control that this is just exclusively for nonprofits is you have to put your 501(c)(3) tax ID number in, and
Yep.
that's what guarantees that we're working with nonprofits.
Okay. Yeah. Give me 1 second. I'll just throw that in there real quick. Um,
Yeah, we were pretty, how will we control that? Concerned that people might
yeah.
decide to just set up a list for themselves and have all these items shipped to them and, create like a bogus organization and then sell the items out, on eBay or something. So we were um,
Yeah.
making it more difficult for people to who don't like to who have nefarious ways of using the internet to hopefully not use our site that way.
Yeah. Seriously. Trying to find. Oh, there it is. Okay. I'm, my son has been in that folder.
Uh-oh.
I can certainly tell. All right. Let's see here. Okay. It is dash. Okay.
Now you don't have to do anything in the host probably because you are the charity, right?
Yes.
Okay, so then just check that box that you are the charity. Host would be like if, say, a church was going to do this on your behalf,
Okay.
and they would be the host and they would put their information in there. But they'd still have to put your tax ID number in there. Well, I guess if it's a church, they wouldn't have to. But say it's an organization that wasn't a nonprofit that was raising the money for you, like a corporation, they would need your tax ID. And then this is where
Okay.
you would want the items delivered so that, oops, yeah, there you go. So the donors know where to put, because they are actually going to be making the purchases on your behalf. So they have to put that information in there. Our website is not plugged in, or their website's not plugged into ours to automatically load that, but we have ways to make that easier. And I'll
Okay.
show you, we've followed my registry and baby list on how they do that. Same exact thing. So you just click create your drive now. Yep. And then this is where you would upload either using Edge or Chrome, get the extension.
You have some pretty good developers.
Yeah, I do.
That's what I do for a living,
Yeah, I
actually.
have a really good developer. So I actually thumbtack it to my toolbar when I'm working in it. You don't have to keep it there, but with that little puzzle piece, yeah. I usually just thumbtack it up there so that I have access to it really easily when I'm building my list.
Okay. There it is. So it's this one right here.
Yep.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Then I can X out of this screen.
Yep.
Okay. And then X out of
Now you
this.
can just go into where would you get your blankets from?
Hopefully donors.
And I mean, which store would you like to get the blankets from? Like which
um,
merchant?
Amazon, Salvation Army, Goodwill. Honestly,
Okay,
anywhere.
well, Amazon. Okay, so then go back to the screen that you were just in. Where yeah, now scroll down, click on Amazon, and find a blanket that you would want to add to your list that you would hope to be donated. And this is really easy to change. So if you could be pretty random about this if you wanted to, just grab
Okay.
anything, just to show you how to add it to the list. All right, now you would go up and click on our extension. You say, yeah, these are the ones I like. Add to drive.
Hmm.
It's
I
probably
have a
running
lot.
a little slow because we're in a Zoom meeting.
Yeah, yeah, it's okay. Um, add to drive. So wait, what when I do this, what am I technically doing? So
You're
if
adding it
I
to your list in your drive. You'll see. I'll
like
show it to you.
of
I,
what I want or what I want somebody to donate to me.
what you want somebody to donate?
Okay, and would I say the quantity I'd want them to donate it in?
Yeah, that should pop up. I don't know why it didn't. Maybe it didn't catch it. Do it. Try doing it again.
Uh,
Add it to drive again. Hit the extension.
okay. Yeah. So how is that one quantity per donor, or is this like the ask for, hey, for each donor, we're asking that they buy one of these? Or if I put like
It's like
five,
a wedding registry. It's like we want 20 of these, and then as people buy them, it
yeah.
deducts. So
Oh,
you'll
really?
see it. You'll see it. Yeah. All
That's
right.
awesome.
Try
All
that
right.
again.
Add to drive. I will add 10. Let's add
Yeah. It's not. I don't know why it's not. Let's see.
25 blankets.
Let's look at your drive and see if it's there. It doesn't. It's not doing what it normally does. I don't know why. Maybe it doesn't like this item.
Oh, it says I got to add it to the drive. So I just added it, and then your item has been added to the drive. So manage my drive. Let's go manage it. Okay, so now I'm in your software again. Notice the drive is currently inactive.
Yeah,
The
you
drive.
want it to be inactive until you're done with it.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, I
So,
love this so much. I really like this.
oh, great. I'm so glad.
Yeah.
But we will scroll down. There's your item. See, now this is where it was added. So here you can change your quantities. Like, so if you requested 25, you could change that to 10. You can update it anytime you like 24/7, you have access to this. So say everybody bought them and you went, wow, we actually could use 10 more of these, go ahead and change the quantity and ask for 10 more.
Yeah.
So you
So
just,
if
yeah,
is this the URL I'd give out to
yep.
folks
Hmm.
and oh my gosh, Carrie, I think you just changed my life and probably a lot of other people's lives. You have
I
no
hope
idea
so.
how helpful this is. So I'll tell you why, actually. One of the places, so we're an alliance of nonprofit organizations. We also do direct assistance too. We do, emergency supplies, hygiene products, tents, blankets, food, and so on. But we're also like a coalition of nonprofits, and the whole point is we work together and try to help each other in
Oh,
a
that's
small
fantastic.
nutshell. Yeah. And we also have I want you to join it actually. We have a business and nonprofit networking group. I think your stuff would be phenomenal to post. Just make a nice post that in there and um I think there'd be some people interested in this. And I'm probably going to want to post something on this too in our private group that only our
Please do.
nonprofit
I mean,
people.
it's all about sharing. I mean, I am a founder. I am a single proprietor. I
Yeah,
don't have any partners. I don't have any investors. I've bootstrapped this entire thing on my own.
that's so awesome. See, I've been doing software for a very long time. I know 15 years to be exact, and I've actually never finished my own product. I did, and then Twitter sued me. So I've never been successful with my own developments. So it's really cool seeing you come in and just knock this out.
Well,
Put me
I
to
didn't do the
shame.
programming myself. I'm the idea person, I'm the marketing person, I'm the face of it, but it is really, to me, I was in the corporate world for 30 plus years and I just got really tired of making a lot of money for people who already had a lot of money. And it's not where my heart was anymore. And I've been so blessed in my life that I felt like it was time for me to do something to help people using my skills and talents in a way that would really make an impact on people who needed assistance. And this was an idea that came out of me being in charge of a very small collection drive. And it was chaotic. And I was just like, oh my gosh, there's got to be a better way to do this. And that was it. That's where it was born.
I love it. Yeah, I in fact, so you know how I told you about that business and net nonprofit group? It's a group, it's a coalition. It doesn't cost anything. But my son and I were talking the other because my son and I formed this nonprofit. We were thinking of ways to try to grow that group. And one of the things we were thinking about doing is the businesses we talk to like this, do an interview. we'd get because we do it for our nonprofits. All the members who join our alliance, our nonprofit alliance, we'll do a spotlight interview for them, and we'll get the video professionally produced. But after that, we do a press release, and then we share the heck out of it. This would be a cool thing because I think this would fit with both groups. You can't join the nonprofit one, but I can sure as heck post this because it would benefit everybody, you
Yeah.
know,
Oh, yeah. That's
and the
great.
business, yeah, and the business one, the business and nonprofit where we match businesses and nonprofits. That's a pretty new group. Would you be open to doing an interview
Absolutely. I would love it.
that would be
And we
so
do the
awesome.
same thing. Like we have a newsletter that we feature like causes and change makers. So we could like conversely do the same for you
Yeah,
and
I'd
share it
love that.
out. Yeah. So I mean, that's how to me this is like all organic and growing in that way. How many members do you have?
Gosh, probably 11 now. We
Okay.
just formed like in the
Yeah.
end of 2024, so it's been
Okay.
in a road, but we're growing steadily. It's just
Yeah.
we don't have enough hands, you know.
Well, this is a tool for everybody. So have at it.
Yeah. Well, I'm excited, you know, and our
Yeah.
group's growing. It's steadily growing. It's really whatever me and my son can handle, and our board isn't hugely active, so it's
Uh-huh.
a lot of me and my son just putting things to work.
Yeah, I
So
get that. I do a
yeah,
lot of stuff by myself. I wear a lot of hats. Wow.
yes.
Well, I know you said you're on a limited time schedule, so I hope I got that everything
Oh,
that you needed. And you can spend as much time as you want perusing this and creating drives, and you don't have to make them active. You can play with it. Um,
yes.
there's lots of good bells and whistles on there for the nonprofits. We wanted to make it so user friendly. And since you are a web developer, if you have any suggestions or you find any bugs, I would very much appreciate if you would share those with me.
I would absolutely do that. And I'll ask the same thing of you if you're on our site. If you
Okay.
notice anything, let me know.